accuses the star of emotional abuse during their relationship. On July 6th, the 26-year-old California surfer posted a professional photo of herself wearing a white crop top and miniskirt to her Instagram, writing, quote, "Reviving a pic I took down by request of a misogynist narcissist." The next day, Sarah, who dated Jonah between 2021 and 2022, opens up on her Instagram story, writing, "Someone being an emotionally abusive partner doesn't mean they're a terrible person, often stems from their own trauma. And at the same time, it doesn't mean it's okay." She follows up with several screenshots from past alleged conversations with the actor, including one in which he allegedly asked her to remove photos of herself surfing in a swimsuit from her Instagram, which she says she did. In another screenshot, Sarah shares an alleged text exchange between the former couple in which Jonah allegedly told her, plain and simple, "If you need surfing with men, boundaryless inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I am not the right partner for you." E! News has reached out to Jonah's reps for comment and has not yet heard back. At the time of the alleged conversation, Sarah responded that she understood and accepted Jonah's boundaries. However, Sarah reflects in her Instagram story, quote, "This is high-key so embarrassing. I did this all in the name of protecting him from crippling anxiety." The pro surfer also posted a screenshot of a conversation with a friend, describing the alleged, quote, "psychological abuse she endured," writing in part, "Having been recently diagnosed with bipolar type 1 disorder, towards the end of the relationship, when he was running out of ways to manipulate me, he started questioning my sanity and my medications." Sarah says that she decided to speak out about Jonah now because keeping it to myself was causing more damage to my mental health than sharing it could ever do. She added, "It's been a year of healing and growth, with the help of loved ones and doctors, to get back to living my life without guilt, shame, and self-judgment for things as small as surfing in a swimsuit rather than a more conservative wetsuit." Sarah later shares a message for Jonah, who welcomed a baby with girlfriend Olivia Miller earlier this year, writing, "I hope my ex has a daughter. Maybe she'll turn him into a real feminist." She continues, "Because the fact that he calls himself a feminist now is laughable."
Guys, welcome to another video. It's Shiraz here. Before we dive into this, guys, you know the usual drill. Subscribe, smash the subscribe button, guys. Do it for me. Follow the channel, like the videos, comment down below, guys. Start getting discussions on these topics, guys. And let's just dive right into this. You've just saw it from this video about Jonah Hill's ex, Sarah Brady, guys. Alright, this story's been out for a while, but I wanted to do an analysis on this, guys. Alright, so Jonah Hill has red pilled this female. He's made her swallow the red pill. Alright, guys, she's tasted the red pill. Okay, and listen, guys, Jonah Hill isn't the most alpha male of guys. Alright, he's not the most alpha male or the most masculine male, but I had to take my hat off to him and respect to him, guys, for what he did with this female. Alright, and as a result of this, guys, it's normal. It was expected that the whole mass matrix social media has now started to ostracize this man, okay, because of why, you know, he's been now called a misogynist because she's saying that he's a misogynist. She's accused of misogyny, all these things. Obviously, you saw that news report and the text messages that she showed, and the only reason she showed these text messages is because it was mentally bad for her, and she was mentally, it was good for her to show these text messages. No, guys, alright, she's done this out of spite, guys, alright. She could have kept that covered, you know. She could have allowed him to move on with a new girl because he's got some new lady and he's having a kid with her. No, she wanted revenge because she tasted the red pill, alright. He red pilled her, guys, alright. And basically, guys, when you show a female boundaries, right, that is not misogyny, guys, alright. Because he was man enough, guys. No, listen, I'm not the biggest Jonah Hill fan. I've never really seen him as an alpha male, but I take my hat off to him because he was man enough, right, to set his boundaries, alright, to this female, and he stated his demands in that relationship, regardless of whether, okay, guys, he should have done at the start of the relationship, or he should have not even got involved with this type of female. He didn't like what he was saying in that relationship, guys, and we've got to forgive him if he's kind of made that mistake. You know, he's not really thought about it of what kind of female I'm dating, guys, and this is what I'm telling you, guys. You need to level up as a man. You need to understand masculinity. You need to set standards for yourselves, like the video I made a couple of months ago about setting standards for yourself. If you set standards for yourselves as men, you don't end up having to deal with this nonsense of females as Jonah Hill did, guys, alright? Because if you'd set standards just a wee bit higher, right, from the start, yes, maybe he wouldn't have had to deal with this, maybe he wouldn't have had to deal with this public shaming, but he didn't do that. But then again, hats off to him, guys, for eventually setting his standards with his female. It's better late than never, guys. And when she, and I don't think from what I've read of these text messages, guys, that he was uncivil or anything. He basically just said, "Oh, right, okay, well, you know, if you're not going to respect my boundaries, you know, basically respect his standards, his boundaries about what he wants in that relationship." Basically, I mean, I don't personally think, guys, he's asking her to do as controlling in any way, or to do anything that is generally unmoralistic. He's asking her to live with some sort of dignity. He's asking her not to flaunt herself, and this is normal, guys, in a lot of religious countries, a lot of Muslim Islamic countries, guys. Obviously, they have the modest dress. A lot of other kind of South Asian countries, it's normal. This is normal, guys. If she is in a surf uniform, swimsuit in the beaches of Dubai, guys, you will see what happens to her. That wouldn't be classed as misogyny, guys. If she goes over there and does that, you will see the entire country giving her the red pill, guys. All right, so this is what you've got to understand, right? The guy set boundaries, and the entire Matrix is now on his back saying he's a misogynist. She's claiming he's a misogynist, but in my opinion, guys, she just couldn't handle the fact that the guy stayed in his frame. Okay, yeah, he didn't like what he was saying. He didn't. He mentioned something. Obviously, you've seen that news report about her friend. She obviously had toxic friends in the past, guys. Toxic behaviours, toxic habits. Friends that are not good for her, right? And obviously, when he started dating her, he does state, unless it's more than going for a coffee or sitting down for lunch, these kind of friends that you hang around with. And guys, he's totally true. He's totally true, because if you have these type of females in your life that have very, very toxic friends, guys, all right, these females are led very, very, very badly by their friends, guys. I mean, they're always amongst their friends. They're always getting advice off their friends, guys. And some of these females ruin their relationships, guys, because they heed their friends' advice, right? And most of these friends have no men and mess up their lives, and they just do the same thing. So females shoot themselves in the foot for this sort of thing with the wrong toxic people around them, wrong toxic friends around them. And this is all Jonah Hill was advising her of. Her friend in the past was toxic, and he's just telling her to live with a wee bit of dignity. If you're in a relationship and she's with a man, okay, yes, she's a surf instructor, so there's nothing wrong with being a surf instructor, but he's basically asking her not to flash her bum on Instagram, okay? Because if you're in a committed relationship, why would you feel the need to do that? That's not misogyny, guys, all right? That's not misogyny. A dignified woman would herself say, I'm in a committed relationship, I maybe should not post such revealing pictures on Instagram. She doesn't need to show her bum on Instagram to promote her business, okay? Guys, it's what I've told you before. Females are all hypergamous, okay? They are always looking to date up and across. They're always looking for the next bigger, better deal. I've told you this before, and Jonah Hill is obviously not versed thoroughly in red pill knowledge, okay, or versed thoroughly in in maybe all aspects of masculinity, guys, because if he was, he would understand this. He would see the red flags. He would understand this type of female. And like I said earlier on, yes, maybe he should have seen the signs. Maybe he shouldn't even went in that direction. But guys, we all make mistakes. Maybe when he met her, he was just kind of like he just liked her, got to know her. You know, this happens, guys. It can happen. And then when he saw how she was flaunting herself, he didn't like it, so he set these standards. Okay, so it's not misogyny, guys. It is not misogyny to require standards of females, all right. And this is just another attack, guys, on masculinity, in my opinion, because it's an attack using Jonah Hill as a tool to put an attack on masculinity, because men are going to look at this and maybe think to themselves, oh, well, I'll be seen as a misogynist if I demand standards. Guys, as an alpha male, as a high value male, never mind that, as a masculine male, right, you should have high standards. You should demand boundaries, guys, all right? In any relationship, you demand boundaries. And if she's not going to respect your boundaries, guys, kick her to the curb, all right? Kick it. Don't put up with any nonsense, guys. That's just what being a man's about. You have to set your boundaries, guys. Women will run all over you, guys, if you do not set your boundaries. So many men are in relationships and they suffer in these relationships, guys, because they haven't set the boundaries, and they end up in long-term toxic relationships. And most of the time, guys, it's not the man, guys. It's females can be highly toxic, guys, in these relationships, and men suffer for a long time because they have not done their due diligence and ended up even going to the point of marriage with some of these females. You know, like this aforementioned Brady women, and they even go down. There's even more worse females than her that are highly toxic, guys, and they're worse on Instagram. These men can end up dating and having long-term relationships and marrying them, and their lives just end in absolute misery. Yes, Jonah Hill should have maybe done his due diligence, guys, but he's certainly not a misogynist, guys. And this is what you've got to learn from this. You've got to learn to set boundaries. You've got to have the ability to set boundaries, guys, all right? In any relationship, set boundaries in a man. It's about having standards as a man, guys, all right? And just because he set standards, he set boundaries with this female, all right, he's now getting ostracized, all right? I mean, he respected it and he walked away, guys, all right? And he moved on. And I think this just is an attack by her. She had to release all this to get it off her mind. Nonsense, guys. She's released all this because this is what females do. Females are savage, guys. They can be highly vindictive, all right? Some men can be vindictive as well, guys, all right? But females would be more likely to, guys, use this kind of tactic. She's obviously maybe trying to ruin his career or ruin his name, and the ripple effect of that has now happened, guys, because recently more things are coming out about Jonah Hill, how he stuck his tongue in some minor or something, and now the ripple effect has started, the kind of Tate effect, I call it, all right, on social media. So because this man's got set his boundaries, guys, this is the result of it. So you've got to ask yourself, what's happened to the ideology of masculinity today? Something like as simple as setting boundaries, which 25-30 years ago as a male was a normal thing, is now seen as misogyny. It's highly messed up, guys. You should always stick to your boundaries. Never forget that. Don't care what they say out there. You should have boundaries as a man. You should have standards on a man. But the funny thing is, and the hypocritical thing is, guys, females, when you go on these dating sites, when they're asked in these YouTube interviews, what kind of man do you go for? Oh, he has to be 6 foot and have 6 figures, all right? He can't be fat, he can't be overweight. But that's not seen as sexist. That's not seen as derogatory, all right? They demand 6 foot, they demand 6 figures, guys, and nothing's said of it. Nothing's, no eyelids batted or no fingers batted, all right? So, in Jonah Hill's case, guys, I don't think he's a misogynist, guys. I think the guy, remained in his frame, guys, in a masculine frame, and said what he said. Said, listen, if you're not going to respect that, that's fine, you know, I'll move on, blah, blah, blah. And I think he handled it quite well, guys, and I think he handled it quite like a man and moved on. But this is just an attack, a revenge attack, in my personal opinion. I don't think the guy's messed up or anything. Yeah, he may have some hang-ups, guys, you know, because he was always a fat, comedic type that couldn't get the girl, played all these roles. Now he's kind of made it in Hollywood, lost a bit of weight, got a wee bit more confidence. Maybe he's got hang-ups of that a wee bit, but that's got nothing to do with setting boundaries with his sex of his. That's nothing to do with it, guys. That's just the boundaries he wanted. Yes, and again, I say maybe he should have done his due diligence, guys. If a female's on Instagram showing her arse off, showing her bum off, guys, she's a surf instructor, she's hanging around males all day, you know, she's got toxic female friends, it's red flags straight away, guys. Do your due diligence. I personally wouldn't go near females like this, guys, on Instagram, guys, because I know the red flags are alright. So he should have solved that. But besides that, guys, it's not misogyny. The guy has set boundaries and he's red pilled this woman. She's tasted the red pill, and hats off to Jonah Hill regardless. So don't pay attention to anything the media says, guys, about his misogyny. This is just another typical feminist viewpoint of a man trying to set boundaries, set standards, and be and try and be masculine and stay in his frame, guys. All right, and it's just attacking that. So there's nothing unnormal about this, guys, of setting boundaries. Always set boundaries, guys, and certainly set boundaries with these 304s, guys, on and these kind of Instagram girls, right? Set boundaries with them straight away. This is something I've learned, guys, so you have to always set boundaries with these females, alright? And if they don't like your boundaries, guys, kick them to the curb, alright? This is what I've learned from past relationships, guys. This is what I've learned from years of experience with these females, alright? Set your boundaries, guys, straight away. The reason guys don't do this, guys, is because they're in the beta male frame, alright? They don't have masculine frame, guys. They're afraid they're afraid of the female's reaction. They're afraid of getting called a misogynist, but that's not misogyny, guys. It's about being in your frame, and it's about having respect for yourself and standards for yourself, all right? And as females should have respect and standards for themselves as well, guys, all right? This could flow the other way as well, but in Jonah Hill's defence, guys, he's not a misogynist, and Sarah Brady has tasted the red pill which Jonah Hill has made her swallow. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I had to get this one out because I wanted to do this story a while back, but I didn't get around to doing it. So, guys, support the channel, all right? Let's help this channel grow, guys, all right? Let's help. If you care about men's development, personal development, all you need to do is subscribe and support the channel, guys, and help men out there. The more this video gets out, the more men you'll help out there, guys, all right? Because they need to, men need to wisen up these days, all right, guys, and men need to go back to the way they used to be, okay? And that is just having normalised traits that men have, which is not misogynist, all right, guys? Setting boundaries is not misogyny, right, guys? I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys, and until the next one, see you soon. Shiraz out.